Got it. Preparing.
I think it's on live stream now.
Okay, lovely, great. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Angela. Hi, Harrison.
Hello, how are you guys?
Doing well, thanks. Nice to see you both.
Nice to see you too, guys.
You're so polite. Okay, so welcome everybody to this week's Spiritual Court of Equity Live. We are going to be tackling some hefty subject matter today, and yeah, enjoy, take note of what you have been perceiving and what you will be perceiving as a future result. This is really great stuff. If you are interested in booking for the Quantum Love Experience on the 3rd of the 2nd, 2023, 7 p.m. EST, do click on the link below, and that will be there after the broadcast. And do leave a like if you wouldn't mind. That really helps the channel. It helps us to have a stable environment on YouTube. We are moving bit by bit over to BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble. We're already on there. Do come follow us, and make sure that whatever happens, that you will receive information, updates, Courts of Equity Live, and other on this panel. So without further ado, we're going to open up the Spiritual Courts of Equity. And we're going to take a journey here. And there's a very soft, we know what today's agenda is. I'm just going to hang back, switch off my video, and I'm going to be ensuring that all the removals are done in the correct manner. I'll jip in from time to time, but over to you. Derek, if you do your do, and Harrison, you do your do, and we shall achieve a lovely one. And we're just bringing in all those that are targeting Concordia at the moment, and other beings in many different ways. This is quite a wide subject. There are personal attacks going on because of what I do, what my skills are, and what work I've done previously to assist Earth in its transition through these times. So this is going to lead us into other areas. So guys, over to you.
Hi, Harrison. Today we're going to be working with the Court of Equity, and the Court of Equity is going to be looking at the light dictators and the gatekeepers. So if you'd like to just explain to our viewers what a light dictator is and a gatekeeper.
Okay, I think Angela is on mute, but to just give a brief description of a light dictator, you know, these are guys who are of the light, but they want to have this kind of a force evolution concept where they want to remain in power as, you know, things are going on. So they want to have their way. It's their way, or all of you are booted off the system. So from a kind of a brief description, that's what a light dictator is. And gatekeepers, these are the guys who, you know, they kind of control the kind of information that's coming to the people, you know. And I know that's a term every single person is aware of. Like, for example, the way our media houses do, you know, they are gatekeepers of the information. But given the broad kind of perception that we have here, where we have the internet, you know, we are able to have access to other channels of information. And that's why we are here to make sure that we are usurping these gatekeepers and doing a due diligence to let the people know what's going on, and we resolve what the court wishes to resolve today.
All right, so I see that the court is, everybody's arriving in the court for this grand sitting, this grand event that's taking place. And, you know, we also recognize that we are not at the beginning of the shift. We're in the middle of the shift. The energy is shifting in the universe. We are raising our vibrational frequency in order to ascend to higher densities of light. And as this is taking place, we have what we call the light dictators that need to be dealt with now, because we don't want anyone, any true starseed, being of light, to be led astray, to be led through the wrong gates, through into the wrong direction, and to be hijacked. So in order to stop the hijacking of souls and spirits, especially at these times that are taking place, because people's souls are being hijacked. And when they leave the physical earth plane, they're not going to go to their true homes, with their true destinations, and they're taken into slavery. So once again, the light dictators, there are also false light dictators, but there shouldn't be any light dictators at all. Light is light, light is pure. And it should just, if people have come to help humanity, it should be out of the goodness of their heart. Doesn't matter how many eons or millions of years they've been at it. They should not be there in any way enabling their personal agenda. So we're going to be removing these false light dictators. So the court's got all the books, we call them the books, the information on them, how many light dictators there actually are, not only on and around the earth, but in the solar system, in the cosmos, in the universe. How many do you get, Harrison, light dictators?
I'm getting quite a number, but there's also something else that's happening.
Yes.
The court is deciding to have like a re-auditing of an audit that has happened before. So at this juncture, because of the desire we had, or the intention that we had placed before we began the court, so I'm getting this feeling of Source is joining this court, and Source at different levels. Source at the galactic level, Source at an individual level, Source at the universal level, and Source at the multiversal level. So everything is here to see what's happening, and light to be broadcasted to every single thing that has happened, and also the books that had been opened before to be relooked again in areas where we think there might be an issue, maybe one or two issues that we need those things to be resolved. So they have already joined the court.
Well, that's good news. That's brilliant.
I just want to add in, it is brilliant, you're doing great. I want to add in all those light dictators who have false light operating through them under the illusion of good as well. He says, piping from the background, just to nail that. because there's a lot of people who apparently work in the light, but they're entrenched up to their eyeballs in it. So I'm just going to include that into that.
And then I'll add to that is that while you're adding that in, we're going to look at the light dictators that operate through holograms, where they appear, but in fact, they're just a hologram. They're not real. And they are then getting people to be moved in certain directions. And say, for example, people on this planet and also on other planets in the solar system, and they're being directed into certain directions and to places through holographic means, and that's not real. So the court's actually going to be removing these false holograms of these light dictators.
And the moment you said that, Derek, I saw one of these guys, took like a book and then flipped it upside down and started flipping pages, and I could see white butterflies, flying away. And these are some of the agendas that they have been presenting to the people. So it's where they present information, but if you don't have a keen eye, there is another hidden information inside that comes way later, and it's detrimental to the people. So this is being broadcasted. Yeah.
Well, you're absolutely 100% correct, Harrison, because what you're actually seeing is deals that the light dictators have made with other factions and with the dark under the disguise of light work. So that the court has, you say, throwing it up, and the butterflies and everything, and the book's been thrown up. And as you mentioned, that the court has the book, they have all the information on all the deals that the false light dictators have made, and also the light dictators that are not actually operating within their genuine authority for the one true prime creator source. So they have the information, they have all these people. I'm getting 97 false light dictators they're bringing to book right now. And they've got that in holographic form as well. So it's 97 plus 97 that they are aware of. And of course, you've got the light dictators themselves that are being brought to book. They're all sitting in the court right now, and they are being replaced. So there's a new generation, a new energy after tens of thousands of years, even hundreds of thousands of years where they've been in these positions. Their positions are no more. They're being replaced. And as they're being replaced, we're also looking at the gatekeepers, people that have been holding these gates open for the light dictators and the false light dictators to openly operate through, misdirecting kind, loving souls on their journey from one place to another, even interdimensionally, where they actually also hijacking spacecraft, hijacking people and groups of people doing jumps from one location to another location. So then you've come back to Earth. You've got certain buildings where of old people could do a jump without having to, say, get into a vehicle or an airplane and materialize in another place. And when this has taken place, they've hijacked these buildings. They've hijacked the points of destination through holographic means. And this is being disassembled and deleted out of the system and out of the energy field of Earth and beyond. You have all the perpetrators of this.
Yeah, that's wonderful because I don't know, but I'm seeing there's one or a couple who are like above the rest, and they have this egoistical kind of an attitude, and they are just looking at us, like, we are these, beneath their level, and they are just looking at what we are doing. But I'm also reminding them what the court is doing, and also to just mention Mother Earth has already joined the court to make sure that everything is up to par and it's accepted, and she can transmit to every single person who wishes to receive this information. So I was just bringing that to your attention. These light dictators, there are a couple of them that are staring at us, and they have this egoistical kind of an attitude, looking at us. I don't know if you can pick that.
I can.
Yes.
Yeah, this is incredibly funny. And I'm laughing from the perspective of they think that they rule source, that they can harness so much energy through their vampiric nature that they are source. But source of all sources is reminding them that this is not the case, as is the false light dictators, who are slightly more humble than the light dictators, let's say.
Well, I'm going to add in at this point in the court procedures that as the court has got all the books on all the perpetrators, on all the light dictators, the false light dictators, the gatekeepers that haven't done their job according to what they were authorized to do in the highest honor of serving a source, of being removed. And what does the court do with all these beings that have not pulled their weight? Well, they're now being removed to a place where the dragons factions are going to be dealing with them and looking at their records. And the dragons are very powerful beings of light and serving source energy. And I wouldn't like to be in the boots of those that are in the dragon courts now. So they've moved from the court of equity into the dragon courts to be tried actually for treason against mankind and against other planetary systems. And just as we have Gaia here, every single planet has its own consciousness, and those planetary consciousness are all going to be in the dragon court. So it'd be interesting to see how this comes to a finale. What do you say, Harrison?
Yeah, I think it's a moment of laughter here, where some of these guys had this so much ego in them that whatever we are doing, they were just laughing and looking at us and wondering what we are doing. Like, whatever we do, they can be able to undo it and change and bring falsified information. But on the other hand, everything is being broadcasted at a very much higher level, and Source is here to see and understand, and for decisions to be made, because some of them actions are being taken on them, because as much as they had worked to usurp the prime creator's free will, because we're in 100% free will galaxy and planet, some of them, they have gone so far such that the only way to recorrect them is for them to be totally removed from the system, and for balance to be found. because with the way they are, it will require a lot of work for them to find that balance. So
well, you're absolutely 100% correct, because they have been removed. The dragons are dealing with them, and at the same time, the draconians, the reptilian factions, will no longer have the control that they've had, especially over the earth and mankind. So that is another avenue that's being shut down in the here and now. So, yeah, it's thumbs up, guys. Things are moving very fast and very powerfully.
yeah, beautiful. I don't know what, Angela, what can you see?
That's what we
Yeah.
like to hear.
Yeah.
It is moving quickly. It's like I've never seen a tidal wave of realization sweeping through consciousness. And they're literally running or attempting to run for the hills. However, that is not going to be the case. It's like dropping the hot potato. That's what
Absolutely.
I'm seeing, and it's going through very, very quickly. And this is very good news indeed, because this has infiltrated the consciousness for the last 1,000 years specifically. These gates have allowed in false information, anti-awakening materials to keep people's thought process is locked in to one-way thinking. So what I am suggesting in this moment is that the chief gatekeeper steps forward, who has been involved with the esoteric setups here. And that energy is not now, this is going to start materializing into the court. It's quite, there's extreme reluctance on the part of this, like they think they are the system itself in operation. It will be utilized the number 11 to do this into the minds of people.
Why am I picking up Belgium?
Yeah.
Something's held in Belgium that is being uncovered through this process in the court.
Yeah. Belgium's a hotbed for child abuse. And also it's the central part of the EU Parliament.
And this tidal wave
what we have here is a number of representatives from different cultures who are supposed to be purporting good, and they're or do yeah, and will attempt to bring Europe. So that is being highlighted. I witnessed the EU being dissolved about 4 years ago by an individual, and it's all kind of happening in itself, because here is where there is, in Belgium, there's tremendous harvesting. It is literally the Towers of Babel all over again. And it's coming down. That's great news.
Well, that's fantastic. And what I was going to say is, you mentioned the tidal wave coming in, and it's a tidal wave of high frequency energy that can now come through onto the Earth planet to raise the vibrational frequency of the light and the light workers, the star seeds, and Gaia itself, to raising up that vibration. So as it's a spiritual court, don't forget, we are just reminding the viewers. And as the gatekeepers and the false light dictators and the light dictators that have made shady deals have been brought to book by the court, it's opened up the energy fields for this wave, this tidal wave that Angela speaks of high frequency light energy to rush through and raise the vibrational frequency on the earth in this time of ascension and the split.
Yeah, the funny thing that I'm seeing an
Excellent.
old man who is
Really great.
bent over. Yeah, and this man has a walking stick and he is wearing heavy clothing. So I'm seeing him from the back side, and it's like a forested area that has grass on the ground, but it's very sunny. And I'm getting this is a representation of the magic that they are using to have their agendas implemented on the planet. So this is being brought forward so that we can have a look at it.
Yes, in the forest in Belgium, and also as you see this man bending over, it's also symbolic of the fact that the underground factions and what is taking place underground that we cannot see above is also being looked at by the court. So once again, as above, so below, and they're clearing out the places underneath the earth and underneath the buildings and underneath specific buildings where people could time travel, if you will, to another place on the earth and beyond. They're clearing these areas out as well, the court. And this high vibrational tidal wave of energy that we're speaking about is also seeping down into the earth, clearing the old magic, clearing the old spells away, and letting them dissolve and dissipate. And they are gone. This is what's taking place. The court works on many levels simultaneously. It's not just one level that we see. It's working in multi-levels continuously. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of preparation that's gone to take place in order to have the sitting today. And there's a lot of work that is going to carry on when we close the court in the session today. The work carries on. The high vibrational frequency, they're beings of light that are continuously sending them out, uplifting Gaia, uplifting all of us, uplifting us into the higher fields of light. And that's what it's about, clearing those fields and lifting us up. This is grand work that this court is doing, and it's fantastic what we're accomplishing.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm also seeing this group of ancestors who are high vibration, who want the best for the people of Earth. They are bringing in records to show what has been done. And these light dictators have nowhere to go. And they thought they could bring in records that were miswritten or falsified information to try and cheat the court. But the ancestors are here to testify on what and each and every single account that has been done. And it's every single person on this court is aware of what they have done. So there's no way they are gonna get away from this.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. And I'd just like to also explain to the viewers that the ancestors that Harrison mentioned are one's ancestral physical bloodline that this has taken place through, and also through your ancestral light stream, which is a stream of light, energy, and consciousness that you've come through into this existence in. So it's also, once again, working on a multi-level timeline. So you've got your true bloodline ancestors that they're working with that are being hijacked as well. in many cases, and you've got your true light stream of light energy that you've come through on, that's also been hijacked through false holograms and false light dictators and imposters. So yes, they have all the records of that, and all the records are being read at the moment in the court, working with the dragons factions as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. I don't know, what can you pick, Angela?
I can hear the drums beating from the.
I'm just going to revisit an old bit of technology, a bit of old dragon technology here. I might just come on for that.
Okay. Yeah.
And this is the psychic telescope of Al-Kanwar. Now we're going to bring this, we can see over, it's just a nice bit of kit that we use sometimes that really will highlight any dormant or cloaked issues behind the scenes. The deals are being highlighted and made void.
As you mentioned,
there
that,
are
I just want to mention, as you mentioned that, I see the land of the Ukraine or Khazaria, where so much darkness and black magic has emanated out of, and that's suddenly been highlighted by the technology that you are using, Angela.
So we're just going to take it a stage further and highlight all dark magic trickery that is accessed through those gates and circuits of the galactic ascension machine.
Wow, that's very powerful.
It is. Whew, got goosebumps from all of that. These rituals that people use, I mean, really, we're dealing with really archaic stuff. And those that use the rituals don't have the full picture of what they're doing. They never had the full data. They're only working with limited information. And we've seen this through the story of Earth. We've seen this model being rolled out time and time again. These false angels appear to the alchemists, and then before you know it, you've got a whole different trajectory happening for people en masse. So I want to ensure here that that is removed from all beings, because there's really nowhere to hide. There are no secrets. And what you do on Earth is your personal responsibility. And if you create liabilities for yourself and others, you will create more of the same for yourself personally. And last week I was a bit strong in my words, and I just wanted to include this bit because I am strong with it. That's why I do what I do, because I have to face people and beings that have been so entrenched that if I go into a soft, lighty, weak space, then they will walk all over you, literally, and take you out there on the spot. One element of fear, that's it, game over. So I will be strong, because in these whole set of 15 years I've been working with individuals, everything that I have seen has pointed to the damage of each individual on the planet. And that's why I'm really strong about it. And I feel strongly. And that is why I do what I do, and I have done. Because I see what has been done to the individual soul that keeps them off track from where they should be on their own individual soul journeys, soul migrations, the whole gamut. So I will remain in that strength. And I'm sorry if that is not very appealing to you.
Well, don't apologize.
Because we're dealing with
apologize.
Thank you. Just to those that might be offended by that, be great. But the thing that is being highlighted with this technology is the levels and the layers of false impotence being hoisted and foisted upon people. And I know that if anyone is tuning into this or will tune in the future, will not want that. So if you knew something that you could do that would be of a benefit to every single soul group, soul family, monad, that all connects us as one, you'd do something. If there was if you had the knowledge to do so. So that's why Conjurer is here. We are a peaceful resolution company.
Well, I'd just like to add at this point that in the court of equity, there are always hidden codes that come through. So what I will tell you, all the viewers right now who view this, that the energy and vibrational frequency of freedom of these contracts and of past events where one might have been hoodwinked and taken in by the false light dictators and their factions and groups, the energy stream through this transmission is to dissolve all those personal contracts that you might have done that are already falsified. They've not done in the true light of the one true infinite prime source creator. So that is being stamped, sealed, and removed out of your auric field, out of your cellular DNA memory bank, and completely dissolved in allowing you to move freely forward, unaffected by past deeds and experiences.
That's wonderful. Something has been brought into my attention, and I don't know if you guys can see. There's this source, source is multi-dimensional, and it's this collective, and there's this aspect of source that wants us to go into one of its creation to do what we are doing right here now, and they're acknowledging this is very effective, what we are doing.
I absolutely agree with you, Harrison.
So they are presenting you with a deal. If you'd be willing to move over to their cluster or their creation to assist with what domination and control is doing over there. So it's just a deal I'm presenting to you guys on the table. I don't know if you, Angela, can pick it. Yeah?
Yeah, I can, and I will get back to them later. I want to review all the terms and conditions of that before anything else, and that will be scrutinized beyond. You know, call me a cynic.
The only deal is
But,
for
you know,
the
I have to be
freedom of
cynical.
mankind. The only deal is for the freedom of mankind and to assist beings of light into the ascension process, into higher vibrational frequencies of love and light, and back home to source. That's the only deal here.
Yeah. And it's just those additions and codicils, that we need to just be aware of. The hidden fine ink, the invisible ink has been found on soul contracts before. It's shocking. So maybe I'll send a proposal unhindered, that isn't. Anyway, they will come on board, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know.
I get a feeling that they need it. They're desperate for it.
Yeah, because they have already said to what you are saying, Derek, they're in agreement with every single thing that you have said. And
Yeah.
they are looking forward for it to be implemented. So, well. A deal is just there. Let's say we'll get back to them.
Very good.
Okay. Yeah, send that envelope out there with a load of glitter. Okay, so what is the status currently?
Well, the status currently is 100% that we've done the work that the court set out to do in this particular session, and the new energy and frequencies are coming in fast, very fast, as the new
Great.
channels or the old channels have been reopened up afresh without any contamination from any beings or any nefarious sources whatsoever.
Great. So
I
that will be
can hear
monitored
also-
throughout time.
Yes. And I can also hear the drums beating from Mount Kenya, where Harrison is. And, you know, the ancestors there are very excited and very happy because this is also allowing their work to carry on and uninhibited by all the old black magic spells that we were talking about, and that the ancestors working with the ancestral bloodlines can work to their highest potential now that's available.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
And also, you know, I want to add in here, we like to mention the animals of the earth that you know, especially the animals of Africa that roam the lands. They've also been pushed down, if you will, of being able to express themselves and do the work that they've come here to do and to hold the energy that they're supposed to hold down here. There's a big shift with them happening as well.
Brilliant. That's brilliant news. So people can actually begin to get on with what they're here to do. That's wonderful. Yeah, very positive indeed. So the removals of these interferences to individuals.
I think we've lost Angela there, Harrison.
Yeah, I think we have lost there for a bit. Let's see if she's gonna come back.
Am I still lost?
Yeah, you are back.
I'm back. Just a note for the interweb and interconnectivity of all synthetic things. You will not silence me in any way, shape, or form. Just letting you know. You know, talk about shoot the messenger. My goodness. Anyway, so that's really wonderful. I can see that clearing back on an alchemical level. The magic is just disappearing layer by layer, and it is going to continue into the future. We do need to be vigilant of these things, accessing different portals, the portals of the mind and the portals of the creative individual that brings these ideas to the fore. So these war timelines, those system manifestors, let's say, have used those portals throughout time. So I just want to get that cleared and ensure that the 17 are out of the picture of this universe, this world, because it's boring with them steering the way that humans are living their lives. And also it's anti-purity, it's anti-source, it's anti-light.
Absolutely.
And there's 7 of them that are still inputting into this system. It's not 2.
I was going to say she's absolutely 100% correct. And I could see those fields being cleared as she was speaking, Harrison.
Yeah, I too can feel it.
Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. Oh, there's some shakes going on out there. It appears that sometimes when these things are really, when these situations are overloaded, it can appear very pixelated as well as the reality shifts and changes.
Yeah.
That's really good news. And the soul of the sentient planetoid, Mother Earth, how's she feeling right now?
More restful, more at peace.
Yeah, I'm getting I'm seeing her smiley face, and she's very, very happy. And she's honored by what we are doing, and she's glad we chose to be here on this planet doing this work at this time. It's an honor.
That's beautiful, Harrison.
It is. And you know, as you were saying that, my technology synced with hers. And the biggest grin came over my face, and it's still there, which is a great change from an hour ago.
Wow.
That's wonderful. So just checking again that all synthetic representations in thought as a core concept for us to live our lives has gone.
Excellent.
Oh, there is. I just identified something, though, that I'd just like to address that is probably coming up as part of this clearing. It's the synthetic reality. And it's fully armored, ready to go. This is war-based technology. So I'm just requesting that is dismantled.
I'm getting
I
that
like
was
it because
the
I like to see it.
Yeah, I was getting that that was the flash card, you know, the card that they had hidden from the view of the court, so that once everything is sorted here, they can just go back and remove this card and everything is back to what they were doing. But once it has been discovered, oof, somebody's not happy.
No, exactly. Well, life sucks, mate. You created it.
Well, the person and the beings that aren't happy, Harrison, the people that aren't happy with this being discovered, they're being removed from their positions anyway, because if they'd done their job, it wouldn't have been discovered, hey?
Yeah, definitely. After all, it was an audit, and the audit covers every single aspect of everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. That's about 60% clear. There's a rather resistant part there. So I'm just getting that looked at. And this part, it affects the entire frequency of the planet and the frequency of individuals and thought. And it will create a situation where somebody will turn on somebody just like that. With the external alien synthetic point of view. Right, that's moving on out for about 20% in the upper left. Oh. Right, how does that feel now? Is that okay?
Yeah, that looks wonderful, because I can feel this connection being much stronger and calmer and more peaceful. It's like carrying something that you are not aware that you are carrying on yourself or on your back. And once that thing is lifted off, you feel yourself becoming more lighter.
Well, exactly, Harrison, because
Exactly.
also the frequency has changed, you know, to it's a true natural frequency rather than an artificial frequency that's been interfered with on different harmonic levels.
The ancestors are singing with
It is the
joy. They are
harmony
so
being
happy.
restored. It's
Yeah.
great. Peace on earth. Passamen Terrace. That's what we want. Right, it feels like they are literally wrapping things up. I'm really pleased to see how things are working much more rapidly and going through without any problem whatsoever. No glitches. Just checking there again. And how do all the soul groups look?
Much happier and relieved, actually, that this court's done this particular sitting.
Yeah, that's wonderful, because I was getting there are some leaders of these soul groups, and some of them aren't happy with what we have done.
No, because there are some in some soul groups that are really dragging their heels. So if you're unfortunate enough to be in that soul family, then it's really going to impact your own personal awakening, because it's like dragging along a suitcase behind you, being into things at a soul level you can't see, touch, taste, or feel. You just realize that sometimes you're just never getting anywhere. You know,
well, at least
so it really is
can,
important.
I was supposed to say, at least they can have that realization.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like, actually, come on, people, get to it. But it goes to show the enormity of this agenda and what is necessary for people to awaken. It just doesn't happen on the light alone. It really doesn't. You know, it's a personal dedication thing to your existence, and people need to value their existences. I pray for that. Are we still, am I still in it? On it?
Yes,
Maybe.
yes. You are still here. We can hear you.
Great. Great. Oh, so any final words there from this week's Spiritual Court of Equity, guys?
Well, I'd like to thank everybody and the dragons and all the assistants. And I'd like to thank the Spiritual Court of Equity and the animals and Gaia and the consciousness of the solar system, the cosmos, the universe, for coming through and assisting in doing these massive clearings and bringing through the new energy for Gaia, for the solar system, and the cosmos and the universe. So thank you, guys. Doing a beautiful job. Thank you, Angela. The work that you're doing is tremendous in assisting mankind, assisting people off Earth as well, and assisting universal energies through Concordia Consularis and the Court of Equity.
Wow, those are very
wonderful.
beautiful. Yeah, I don't even have words to add. Those are the best words. Yeah.
As we say in London, enough said.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. So thank you very much, everybody that joined us in this broadcast. this video. We're in the process of migrating over to other platforms as well to spread ourselves around a bit, because it's a bit narrow-minded on this tube, let's say. So yeah, do follow on it, see what we're doing, see how we can help you in some way, shape or form. We have the Quantum Love Experience, which is on the 3rd of February 2023, 7 p.m. EST. Be great to see you there. This will open you up to new levels of your own loving experience, manifest through everything that you do. And you can always love more. And it is an essential part of your awakening and growth process as an individual being when you open up to these higher levels that are available to you. And we can always go higher. I can always go higher. And every being on this planet can always go higher, because when we reach the fullest capability of that love expression that is sacred, we can achieve change much more rapidly than ever before in your own life, your community, in your nation, and on this planet, in this universe. Oh, fabulous. I'd love to go. Oh, I will be going. All right then, lovely people. Thanks very much for joining us. All the details that you need are in the links below. Do leave a like, do leave a love, do leave a comment, connect, share, get involved, bring your piece to the party. And, you know, let's do something amazing all together as one, because that's the way it was, it will be, and that's the way we are. All right. So, lovely people, laters. Oh gosh, I've got to do that bit yet.
Thank you,
I forgot what I was
everybody.
doing.